Welcome to the first lecture series on theories of personality. But before we begin the lecture on a specific theory, let me first discuss the dimensions for concept of humanity. So what are the dimensions for a concept of humanity? The first dimension is the determinism versus free choice. Determinism believes that all behavior has a cause. It is unpredictable and beyond our control. Believers of determinism suggest that the forces that cause our behavior came from our past experiences, mostly in our childhood experiences, and also to our environment. Free choice, on the other hand, believes on the idea of self-determination, meaning human has the capacity to decide or to choose. According to free choice or free will, person is responsible for their own action. The next dimension is the pessimism versus optimism. Pessimism usually determinism, and it assumes that we are troubled and conflicted. That's why we view human or the people, or the humanity negatively. On the other hand, optimism, it is usually a free choice. And according to optimism, optimistic people are actually psychologically healthy human beings. The other dimension is the conscious versus unconscious. And the unconscious believes that we are aware of what and why we are doing the things that we do. In unconscious, we are not aware of our behavior at all. The next dimension is the causality versus teleology. In this concept, we assume that our behavior in causality, we functions because of the past. And in teleology, we functions because of the future. And causality, we behave because of our past experiences. But in teleology, we act because of our future perspective, goals in life, personal objectives. This is teleology. The next one is the biological versus social influence. The biological is genetic, hereditary, and social influence is environmental. The next dimension, and I believe this is the last dimension for concept of humanity, is the uniqueness versus similarities. In uniqueness, the focus of study is the individual or the idiographic. Idiographic in Greek means idios, meaning own or private. In similarities, the common characteristics is the one being studied, common characteristics of the people or the nomothetic. In nomothetic approach, personality theorists such as Hans Eysenck and Raymond Cattell, who developed the 16PF, use this approach to understand personality. However, in uniqueness, such as personality theorists such as Allport, he suggests that some of the traits can be better studied nomothetically, but it can also be viewed privately because of our experiences that are peculiar to ourselves. However, in this dimension, the uniqueness and similarities, it is much better to look at these concepts as a complementary rather than conflicting. Okay, on the next session we will discuss the approaches of personality theory.